morning. You're watching EAC News Special Live on Thursday, the 24th of August. Today, the inaugural meeting, Prime Minister Hun Manet's newly appointed Council of the Ministries is taking place at the Peace Palace in Phnom Penh. Minister of Information, Nep Pektra, has extended a warm invitation to both national and international media, urging their participation in live broadcasts to ensure the widespread circulation of vital information to the public. Under the banner of political platform, this milestone gathering signifies the commencement of the 7th legislature of the National Assembly. The platform emphasises a commitment to 5 guarantees: absolute protection, prioritising the safety, peace and well-being of citizens, including safeguarding the independence of sovereignty to prevent any threats or encroachments; socio-economic development, focusing on strengthening governance, upholding the rule of law and improving public services. It also emphasises the stable stable growth, investment in education, health, support for small businesses and fostering innovation through digital transformation; enhancing livelihoods, improving citizens' lives through education, vocational training, employment opportunities and support for farmers to increase production and access to fair markets. This includes raising the minimum wage, enhancing working conditions and enhancing career protection; social security and stability, strengthening social protection systems to shield everyone, especially the poor and the vulnerable, for crises and emergencies; sustainable development, committing to sustainable socio-economic development through gender equality, responsible resource management, eco-friendly investments and climate change's readiness. Furthermore, there are 6 priority policies programs set to launch immediately: universal health coverage, expanding healthcare services to achieve universal health coverage; vocational and technical training, providing vocational and technical training opportunities for youth disadvantaged backgrounds and nationwide; National Security Assistance Program; installation the National and Social Assistance Program to support poor households, vulnerable individuals from poor households, at risk households during economic crises and emergencies; informal economy development strategy. Implementing this strategy will lead Cambodia to a greater participation in formal economy. It encompasses various informal industries such as tuk-tuk drivers, cleaners, labourers and market sellers. Deals have been struck this year with Thailand, China and Laos to promote cross-border QR payments. Agricultural product enhancement, introducing and coordinating mechanism of financial program that enhance agricultural product production, market access and price stability at a reasonable level. Development of agricultural technical officers. The deployment of agricultural technical officers to all communes and Sankrats will further bolster the agriculture sector. As these priorities are set into motion, Cambodia embarks on a new era of development, underlining its commitment to well-being and prosperity of all its citizens. Our reporter Srawat is just standing by now outside the Peace Palace. Good morning, Srawat.
Yeah, good morning, Anthony.
Yes, I've just noticed that you're outside the Peace Palace at the moment. Have you been inside?
Yeah, you can see right now I'm in front of the Minister of Council building that you can see beside me, and there the Prime Minister Hun Manet preside his first meeting as the Prime Minister and with his Council Minister to discussion about something that related to the leadership in his leadership in the 7th mandate of the Parliament. And the agenda today, they will be discussed. The Prime Minister Hun Manet will be announced the Pentagon strategy that is the first one that you introduced already, that they will promote economic, social development, and also to bringing the peace and for more focus on economic as well. And the second discussion in this meeting is related to the change the name of the Ministry of the Ministry of National Assembly and Senate Relation and Audits to just the Ministry of Audit, and the other thing that the new Prime Minister will be discussed with his Concerned Minister today.
Okay. So has all the ministers arrived to the Peace Palace at the moment?
Sorry?
Have all the ministers arrived for the Peace Palace this morning so far?
Yeah, we can see that some of ministers already arrived, and I have met with the senior minister Karimi, that he's now already appointed as the new president of the chairman of the Cambodia Human Rights Council. So this is he continue work from this from the segment that, and now he continue work as the chairman of the Human Rights Committee of the Cambodia. And yeah, we see that many another minister also attending here this morning. Minister of Economic Onpon Minirat, and also another minister will be comes to this meeting as well. You can see behind me that is the place where there is a entry gate that the all minister will be going on across that gate to for the meeting in this historical Concerned Minister meeting. It is the first meeting that is the Prime Minister, the Concerned Minister on 7 mandate of the Prime Minister Hun Manet will be do, and they allow to for all the press to do the live. So our team will be provide you the view from inside, and we are outside to wait for the Prime Minister Hun Manet for his coming. And because in the first you can see a very big logo that is showing that this is the first meeting of the Concerned Minister on 7 mandate of the National Assembly.
Yeah, we're just looking at the views
a very
now.
Big sign that.
We're just looking now at some of the views of the room where the Prime Minister and the ministers will attend. So, and this is the usual spot where the ministers meet for their parliamentary meetings?
Sorry?
Is the spot we were just watching now, the room there, is that the usual spot where all the ministers meet for their parliamentary meetings?
This is the spot where the office of the government. So the minister will be attending here. Normally in Friday, but today is Thursday, but the Prime Minister Hun Manet have decided use today as the Concerned Minister meeting, and it different from the Parliament meeting, and this is inside of the government that all the minister will be discussing on many things related to what their work and what their plan for the 5-year mandate, and also what the policy will be implementation to give to promoting the social and livelihood of the Cambodian people.
So today, technically, it is a special occasion because we have a new Prime Minister, and also where we've had a big change in the cabinet of ministerials. Usually there'd be changes of 1 or 2, but there's been quite a big change. What's the atmosphere like? What is the feedback of the local Cambodians that have been saying about the new government forming?
Yes, this is the big change. We can see that this Prime Minister Hun Sen is becoming the Prime Minister of Cambodia on 1985 until 2023. It's about 30 years in office that the Prime Minister the former Prime Minister Hun Sen have led the Cambodia. You can see from the state of nothing, and we can see right now was the development we can see the new building, the skyscraper, and the economic of economic of Cambodia and the living standard of the Cambodian people right now is more standard and was promoted. So about 30 years already under one Prime Minister, but now we can see the new face of the new Prime Minister of Cambodia, and Cambodian people, I think they are very happy. You can see after the election, and also the Prime Minister Hun Sen announced that he will be step down and giving the chairs to the Prime Minister Hun Manet as the Prime Minister of Cambodia on 7 mandate of the Parliament. There are no reaction from the people. They are very happy, and also we ESC have do one box pop to ask the people what their view about the new Prime Minister. They say they're very satisfied with him. He is the scholar. He is received the doctor and also the economic and also the military, and that's why they are very safe. They feel safe when they Prime Minister Hun Manet in office, and they believe that the Cambodia economy will be grow stronger and stronger. Like the Prime Minister Hun Manet have announcing in the Parliament that when his consumer minister were approved by Parliament, by National Assembly, he announced that he will be keeping the peace stable of the country and bring the more prosperity and the economy of Cambodia growing more and more in the next 5 years. So we wait and see, and many challenges that the Prime Minister Hun Manet will be facing. And right now we can see that economists, the economic crisis not just in the world right now. We are facing the gasoline price and many more that the new government of Cambodia, especially Prime Minister Hun Manet, will facing. Like the the former Prime Minister Hun Sen have said that the first challenge is the inside the country that the Prime Minister Hun Manet will be managed and to do. The former Prime Minister Hun Sen will see what the Prime Minister Hun Manet taking control and manage during the Independence Day on 9 November 2023, and also the Water Festival in 2023 as well. And so we will wait and see what the decision of the Prime Minister Hun Manet and also what he managed and do during his 5-year term of the 7 mandate of the National Assembly.
Yes, that's right. So you said there's two major things coming up with the Water Festival and also Independence Day. So they're the first two really major things that the Prime Minister Hun Manet has to face. I couldn't imagine much of a challenge. I think he has experience to be able to handle this quite easy.
According to his experience,
yeah,
you can see that he is the Commander-in-Chief of the Army of Cambodia, and you can see he building a really good relation with the world leader, the Japan, the Singapore. You can see that after the Prime Minister Hun Manet receiving the vote for his right to taking the Prime Minister office, you can the Prime Minister of Singapore also sending the congratulation letter to the Prime Minister Hun Manet and hope to work with the Prime Minister Hun Manet in near future as well. And other friendly country will send the congratulation letter to the Prime Minister Hun Manet as well. And because of his leadership during his in the is the army in chief of the Royal Army, that he will manage very well. And you can see during the 2020 when the outbreak COVID-19 in Cambodia, he was appointed as the head of the to control and prevent the COVID-19. And so because of he is taking control, he had the right to control the army, so he do very good related to during that crisis. And I think because of he working during the COVID-19 very well, and that's why the Prime Minister saying that he is good to go. And so the Prime Minister this year, after the election of the July 23 July 2023, he announced to step down and give the office to the Prime Minister Hun Manet. And I think that the new Prime Minister will be making Cambodia become better, and also the living standard of the Cambodian people will be good during his 5-year term of in the office. And
yeah,
that's right. I think he will be do good as a Prime Minister.
And is there much media at the event today?
Yeah, many media that was allowed, and also other media that will be crossing page, and also will be do the live what we can say that they will be live after the TVK, the television of Khmer. The national television will be provide all the picture or view from this meeting this morning to all of the media, and for their doing live and broadcast to widespread of the information that of the Consumer Minister meeting today to all the people. Like the agenda, they have talking that they will be discussed. The Prime Minister Hun Manet will be announced the Pentagon strategy press one for what the implementation of the Royal Government of Cambodia on the next 5 years to do, and also the discussion to change the name of Minister of the National Assembly and Senate relation, and to change the name to the Ministry of Audit, and the discussion on the to create the Secretary of State on the border, and the other thing that the Prime Minister Hun Manet will be discussing on with his minister this morning. And so we will wait and see what the Prime Minister Hun Manet lead and also manage what in the time he is the first lead the chair the meeting of the Consumer Minister today.
Yeah. On Tuesday we were at the National Assembly where the former Prime Minister Hun Sen gave a speech, and he kind of said that usually he goes to bed at 1-2 o'clock in the morning because he's busy. Now that he's retired as Prime Minister, he can go to bed at 10 o'clock at night. Do you think he'll make a special appearance today, being the first meeting with the ministers?
What was the question again? Sorry, I lost the...
As the Prime Minister gave his speech, former Prime Minister Hun Sen gave his speech on Tuesday, where he can relax a little bit, because when he was Prime Minister, he wasn't to bed till 1-2 o'clock in the morning. Now that he's retired as Prime Minister, he'll go to bed earlier. So, but do you think he'll make a special appearance today for the first cabinet meeting?
I think no, because after Prime Minister Hun Manet taking office as the Prime Minister of Cambodia, the Prime Minister of the former Prime Minister Hun Sen become the High Supreme Council of the monarchy, and he said that he will not interfere with the government.
Yep.
So all the decision, all the meeting that they host by the chair by the Prime Minister Hun Manet, the former Prime Minister Hun Sen will not interfere or do something that they making the Prime Minister Hun Manet difficult to make a decision. So I think he not. I'm pretty sure that he not have a special appearance today, but maybe the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister Hun Sen will be watching from home, because this meeting is live widespread across the country.
Yeah. Was there any or many international media at the event today?
No.
No, just all local.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know, because I went outside,
Ah,
so
okay.
the team inside haven't told me
Haven't
yet
told you.
what media will
Yeah.
attending today. But I believe that that have the international media in this to coverage on this special historical moment of the royal government of Cambodia, because this is the first time that the royal government of Cambodia allowing to do the live, and also the first time that the Prime Minister Hun Manet taking office to lead the Minister Council meeting today.
Okay. And you did mention the lot of welcome response from different countries and prime ministers over the last 2 days, congratulating letters, and hopefully they'll continue the great relationship. And do you think there'll be any problems with these sort of new relations and continued relations? He seemed to have known a lot of these already prime ministers and presidents around the world. So in going forward,
I think
it should be fine.
there's no problem. I think if they have, it's a little bit, because before Hun Manet becoming the Prime Minister of Cambodia, he built himself up already. You can see that he built a relation with the international, with the world leader. About 2 years ago, we can see that many new from the Hun Manet, that he lead his delegate to meet with the world leader from the other country, and the receiving the support from them as well. So he making himself well known from the other world leader, and after he received the accept from the National Assembly to build the his minister council, there are many congratulation letters to Prime Minister Hun Manet, and they are willing to work with the Prime Minister Hun Manet as well. And also I think the Prime Minister of China, also the Prime Minister of China have giving the congratulation letter to the Prime Minister Hun Manet. And you think you see that after the election, Australia and also the China, Australia giving the support about $100 million to the royal government of Cambodia related to its work on the agriculture and other field as more, and China showing its support that they are willing to work with the royal government of Cambodia to strengthen its relation, and also to promote the Cambodia promote the livelihood of Cambodia people as well. So this shows the confidence that from the international, from the other country to the new government of Cambodia, that they will be they're willing to work with, and also to strengthen the relation with the Cambodia as well. Even though this is the new Prime Minister of Cambodia as well.
That's right. And also, he'll be attending to the ASEAN meeting this year in. So this will be a first, also another big first major event for him, besides the Independence Day and the Water Festival. So he'll be going to Indonesia. So it kind of be his, as Prime Minister, his first role at international waters.
Yes, the meeting in Indonesia will the first meeting, ASEAN meeting that the Prime Minister Hun Manet will decide over, and please represent all Cambodian people in this meeting. And yes, this is we will be wait and see what he will do in the meeting, and what the speech, the idea of the Prime Minister Hun Manet toward the international state.
Yes, like we keep saying, it's a historical moment for Cambodia. As we know, a lot of the Cambodians' average age of 27, so they really only know is the former Prime Minister Hun Sen. So it's a real challenge and big shoes to fill for the Prime Minister Hun Manet. And like you said, a lot of the people are happy with the decision and they are happy with him to go because some of his things that he wants to do is to improve and with agriculture and education and Cambodia is playing a big part with education, as we know this year already, with the amount of students graduating. So it's in going forward, he's got some great ideas and things put into place.
Yes, the education is in the policy of the Royal Government Gambia, not just this new mandate, but also the previous mandate that promote the education sector as well. You can see, we can see that the budget, the national budget, number one was giving to the Ministry of Education to promote the education in the country. And you can see right now more students of the Cambodia sending to compete international stage and return back with the medal and also the pride for the nation as well. And so the new mandate, I think that they will be focused on the education sector the same and bring more new system and also to promote the education in the Cambodia for more good quality and that they're giving all the people that have they say that when they have a good knowledge, they have a good education, they have a good moral, will be this is really the good resource of the human resource of the Cambodia and will be bring more and more prosperity and development in the country. Like experience that the Prime Minister Hun Manet also accept that the human resource and education will bring the good and also the development in the country. He giving examples to the Singapore that this country was small, but it's because of the human resource, the education in their country higher, good, will bring their country now is one of the higher income country in the world, and so the education is still the number one sector that the government will be focused on taking action to see on to promote all the education and also to giving all the knowledge and bring more scholars to Cambodia as well.
Yeah, that's right. Also, one of the things that they were aiming to get is to be in the high income and also to improve wages for the Cambodian people and also with medical and things like that. Do you think that'll be a really big focus that he'll be concentrating over the next 5 years?
Becoming as a Prime Minister, there have the many challenge. He has to do many work to promote because he is the face of the Cambodia right now. There are many things that will be challenged. You can see the former Prime Minister of Cambodia, Hun Sen. He the one that bring peace to the country, to bring the development and prosperity and the secure for the country. And like in the press conference in the National Assembly, the Prime Minister Hun Sen have announced that all his legacy right now was the peace, the development, and he wants to see the Prime Minister Hun Manet to fulfill people's dream, to complete complete the plan of the Royal Government of Cambodia to promoting the Cambodia from the low middle income country to become the high middle income country by 2023 and become the high income country in to the high middle income country in 2030. And so
2030,
this is what the Prime Minister have give a confidence to the new Prime Minister Hun Manet that he will be fulfill this plan, the dream of the Cambodia to complete it by 2030 as the country with the high middle income country, and also will be bring the Cambodia becoming the high income country by 2050. And so this is the plan of the Royal Government of Cambodia, and many things will be focused on. And we're talking about the health sector. There are many challenges that you can see that during the COVID-19, even though the health sector in Cambodia is some kind like from the other countries saying it's very low, but the Cambodia is one of the countries that protecting and also keeping the control the COVID-19 outbreak in the country very well. And this is one example, but that is during the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister Hun Sen leadership, and we will, and the new Prime Minister will, we will see what he will lead and also manage during the time of the sometime the crisis in the world as well.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Sriwat. We look forward to hearing a bit more from you after the meeting.
Anthony, I think right now the Prime Minister Hun Manet on his ways to the Council Minister, and our team will be take a picture from here to you. And yes, right now he motorcade was past me right now.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, we look forward to hearing from you a little bit later on.
Thank you, Anthony.
There you go, Sriwat there. Today, the inaugural meeting of the Prime Minister Hun Manet's newly appointed Council of the Ministers taking place at the Peace Palace in Phnom Penh. Minister of Information Nep Pektela has extended a warm invitation to both national and international media, urging their participation in live broadcast to ensure the widespread circulation of the vital information to the public. Under the banner of the political platform, this milestone gathering signifies the commencement of the 7th legislature of the National Assembly. The platform emphasises the commitment to 5 guarantees: absolute protection, prioritising the safety, peace and well-being of citizens, including safeguarding independence and sovereignty to prevent any threats or encroachments; socio-economic development, focusing on strengthening governance, upholding the rule of law and improving public services. Also emphasises a stable economic sustainable growth, investment in education, in health support for small businesses, and fostering the innovation through the digital transformation, enhancing livelihoods, improving citizens' lives through education, vocational training, employment opportunities, and support the farmers to increase production and access to fair markets. This includes raising the minimum wage, enhancing working conditions, and ensuring career protection, social security and stability, strengthening social protection systems to shield everyone, especially the poor and the vulnerable, from crises and emergencies. Sustainable development, committing to sustainable social economic development through gender equality, responsible resources management, eco-friendly investments and climate change readiness. Furthermore, there are 6 priority policy programs set to launch immediately: universal health coverage, expanding the healthcare services to achieve universal health coverage, vocational technical and providing vocational and technical training opportunities for youth in disadvantaged backgrounds nationwide, National Social Assistance Program. The National Social Assistance Program to support poor households, vulnerable individuals from poor households and risk household during economic crisis and emergencies. Informal economic development strategy. Implementing the strategy with led Cambodia towards greater participation in formal economy. It encompasses various informal industries such as tuk-tuk drivers, cleaners, labourers and market sellers. Deals have been struck this year with Thailand, China and Laos to promote cross-border QR payments. Agricultural product enhancement, introducing coordinating mechanism in financing program that enhances agriculture production, market access, the price stability at reasonable level. Deployment of agricultural technical offers. The deployment of agricultural technical officers to all communes in Sangkratz will further bolster education agriculture sector. As these priorities are set into motion, Cambodia embarks in a new era of deployment, underlining the commitment to well-being and prosperity of its citizens. As we just spoke to Sriwat, the Prime Minister Hun Manet is just arriving now, and you can see the ministers all ready and waiting for the first Parliament sitting of the mandate of their councils. As we know, there's been a big changes this year with the Cambodian government, with a new Prime Minister and quite a few ministers taken over from old ministers, and also with a few ministers that have stayed on. The commencement of the 7th Legislature of the National Assembly, their platform emphasises a commitment to 5 guarantees: absolute protection, prioritise the safety, peace and well-being of citizens, including safeguarding independence and sovereignty to prevent any threats and encroachments. Social economic development, focusing on strengthening governance, upholding the rule of law and improving public services. It also emphasises a stable economy, sustainable growth, investment in education, health, support for small businesses and fostering innovation through digital transformation, enhancing livelihoods, improving citizens' lives through education, vocational training, employment opportunities and support for farmers to increase production and access fair markets. This includes raising the minimum wage, enhancing work conditions and ensuring career protection, social security and stability, strengthening social protection systems to shield everyone, especially the poor and vulnerable, from crisis and emergencies, sustainable development, committing to sustainable social economic development through gender equality, responsible resource management, eco-friendly investments and climate change readiness. Furthermore, there are 6 priority policy programs set to launch immediately. Universal health coverage, expanding healthcare services to achieve universal health coverage. Vocational and technical training, provide vocational and technical training opportunities for the youth from disadvantaged backgrounds nationwide. National Social Assistance Program, the National Social Assistance Program to support households, vulnerable individuals from the poor households and at-risk households during economic crisis and emergencies. Informal economic development strategy. Implementing this strategy will lead Cambodia towards greater participation in the formal economy. It encompasses various informal industries such as tuk-tuk drivers, cleaners, labourers and market sellers. Deals have been struck this year with Thailand, China and Laos to promote cross-border QR payments. Agricultural product enhancement, introducing coordinating mechanisms and financial program to enhance agricultural product production, market access and price stability at reasonable level. Development of agriculture technical officers. The deployment of agricultural technical officers to all communes in Sangkratz will further bolster the agricultural sector. As these priorities are set in motion, Cambodia embarks on a new era development, underlining its commitment to well-being and prosperity of its citizens. So we're just looking at some footage now that's in the room where Hun Manet will then hold their Parliament seating and discuss things. This is the first time in history that there will be a live coverage of their meeting. The Minister of Information, Nek Pektra, extended a warm invitation to both national and international media, urging their participation in the live broadcast to ensure the widespread circulation of vital information to the public. Under the banner of political platform, this milestone gathering signifies the commencement of the 7th Legislature of the National Assembly. The platform emphasises a commitment to 5 guarantees. Also in discussion, they will be talking about the Pedicon program as well. So you can see all the ministers have now arrived and ready for Parliament to begin. We can see a lot of media also attended for this historical day. Also, this is the first time that this will be broadcast live throughout Cambodia and the rest of the world. The invitation was sent to anyone to attend to be able to broadcast throughout. Some of the things that we're discussing will be vocational training, employment opportunities, support farmers for increased productions, access to free markets, increasing minimum wage, working conditions and career protections, social security, strengthened protection systems, especially for the poor and the vulnerable from crisis and any emergencies. Development, sustainable development, committing to sustainable social economic development through reasonable resource management, eco-friendly investments and climate change readinesses. And also there are 6 priority policy programs sent to launch immediately, which include universal health coverage, expanding healthcare services, vocational and technical training, providing vocational and technical opportunities for youth and a disadvantage nationwide. The National Social Assistance Program, the National Social Assistance Program to support poor households, vulnerable and individuals from poor households at a risk and households during economic crisis and emergencies. Informal Economy Development Strategy. Implementing the strategy will lead Cambodia towards a greater participation in formal economy. It encompasses various informal industries such as tuk-tuk drivers, cleaners, labourers and market sellers. Deals have been struck this year with Thailand, China and Laos to promote cross-border QR payments. We can now look at footage of Prime Minister Hun Manet just arriving now and being greeted at the door before he will go into Parliament to sit for their first meeting for the 7th Legislature for this year in 2023. Some of the things I will discuss will be through education, health, priorities set in motion. Cambodia embarks in a new era of development and underlining its commitment as well-being as prosperity of its citizens. So today is an historic moment where we're seeing footage of the new Prime Minister of Cambodia, Hun Manet. And we do know a little bit about him. He was chosen by former Prime Minister Hun Sen because of his education. He went to West Point and West Point Academy there, and I think from memory, the first Cambodian to attend West Point. He also attended universities in New York and in England. So we might just like he's entering now, we might cross over a little bit and just have a look at what's happening.
ឆ្ពោះទៅសម្រាប់បានចក្ខុវិស័យវែងឆ្ងាយដោយដែលខ្ញុំបានលើកឡើងគឺនឹងសម្រាប់ខ្លាយជាប្រទេសដែលមានកម្រិតចំណូលមធ្យមកម្រិតខ្ពស់នៅឆ្នាំ 2030 និងខ្លាយជាប្រទេសដែលមានចំណូលខ្ពស់នៅឆ្នាំ 2050 ទូរទស្សនិកជនជាទីគោរពនិងជាទីមេត្រីថ្មីត្បិតតែក្បាលម៉ាស៊ីនដឹកនាំរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលត្រូវបានផ្ទេរមកជូនដោយសក្តានុពលនិងសមត្ថភាពក៏ពិតមែនក៏ប៉ុន្តែថ្នាក់ជាប្រធានគណៈបកប្រជាជន ពិធីដ៏មានអត្ថន័យនេះដូចតទៅ
Think you ready? បាទអាដាម លោកជំទាវសមាជិកា នៃអង្គគណៈរដ្ឋមន្ត្រីអាដាមលោកជំទាវលោកស្រីទាំងអស់ជាទីមេត្រីថ្ងៃនេះគឺជាថ្ងៃប្រវត្តិសាស្ត្រដ៏សំខាន់មួយរបស់កម្ពុជា ដែលរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលនីតិកាលទី7នៃរដ្ឋសភាបានបើកកិច្ចប្រជុំអង្គរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលនីតិកាលទី7នៃរដ្ឋសភាបានបើកកិច្ចប្រជុំពេញអង្គរបស់ខ្លួនជាលើកទី1ក្នុងនាមជានាយករដ្ឋមន្ត្រីនៃប្រជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជាខ្ញុំសូមសម្ដែងនូវការស្វាគមន៍និងពោលសពសាធការយ៉ាងកក់ក្ដៅជូនចំពោះអាដាមលោកជំទាវជាសហការីនៅក្នុងរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលនីតិកាលទី7នៃរដ្ឋសភានេះ មុននឹងចាប់ផ្ដើមខ្ញុំក៏សូមយកឱកាសនេះថ្លែងអំណរគុណជ្រាលជ្រៅបំផុតជូនចំពោះជនរួមជាតិទាំងអស់ដែលបានផ្ដល់យុត្តិធម៌ជំនឿនិងការគាំទ្រយ៉ាងរឹងមាំចំពោះគណៈបព្វជិជនតាមរយៈលទ្ធផលនៃការបោះឆ្នោតជ្រើសតាំងតំណាងរាស្ត្រដែលបានប្រព្រឹត្តទៅនៅថ្ងៃទី23 ខែកក្កដាឆ្នាំ2023កន្លងទៅដើម្បីឲ្យគណៈបព្វជិជនកម្ពុជាមានលទ្ធភាពដឹកនាំរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលនិងបម្រើជាតិមាតុភូមិបន្តទៅទៀតជាមួយនឹងភាពកាន់តែស្វាហាប់និងការបដិញ្ញាចិត្តយ៉ាងពេញទំហឹងដើម្បីកសាងការពារនិងអភិវឌ្ឍប្រទេសជាតិយើងជាការពិតការបោះឆ្នោតនេះបានប្រព្រឹត្តទៅដោយសេរីនិងយុត្តិធម៌គ្មានអំពើហិង្សាគ្មានការគំរាមនិងជាពិសេសមានការចូលរួមពីសំណាក់ប្រជាពលរដ្ឋដ៏ច្រើនកុះកររហូតដល់ទៅជាង8លាន2សែននាក់ត្រូវជាប្រមាណ 84.59% នៃពលរដ្ឋដែលបានចុះឈ្មោះបោះឆ្នោតនៅក្នុងបញ្ជីរបស់កោជបហើយក្នុងនេះសម្លេងគាំទ្រគណៈបកប្រជាជនកម្ពុជាមានរហូតដល់ 82.3% ច្បាស់ណាស់ថាលទ្ធផលនេះគឺជាការឆ្លុះបញ្ចាំងឲ្យឃើញនៅឆន្ទៈគាំទ្រយ៉ាងពេញទំហឹងនិងដ៏មោះមុតពីសំណាក់ប្រជាពលរដ្ឋភាគច្រើនលើសលប់និងពីគ្រប់មជ្ឈដ្ឋានលើកិច្ចដំណើរការប្រជាធិបតេយ្យដ៏ត្រឹមត្រូវនិងទៀងទាត់របស់កម្ពុជាក៏ដូចជាការជឿទុកចិត្តដ៏ទុំធេងនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះអាដាមលោកជំទាវអរលោកស្រីដែលចូលប្រជុំនៅថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំសូមបន្តថាជាការពិតការគាំទ្រជឿទុកចិត្តដ៏ធំធេងទៅមានន័យមិនត្រឹមតែជាការលើកទឹកចិត្តដ៏មហិមាចំពោះរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលដឹកនាំដោយគណៈបព្វជិជនកម្ពុជាប៉ុណ្ណោះទេតែក៏ជាការទទួលខុសត្រូវបំផុតរបស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នានៅក្នុងការបំពេញបេសកកម្មជាតិដ៏ឧត្តមឧត្តមឆ្លើយតបទៅនឹងបំណងប្រាថ្នារបស់ប្រជាជនយើងជាពិសេសការធានាបន្តរក្សាឲ្យបានរឹងមាំនៅសន្តិភាពស្ថិរភាពសណ្ដាប់ធ្នាប់ព្រមទាំងការបន្តជំរុញកែលម្អជីវភាពរបស់ប្រជាជននិងការអភិវឌ្ឍឈានឡើងឥតឈប់ឈររបស់ប្រទេសជាតិយើងអាស្រ័យហេតុនេះយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាជាសហសេវកក្នុងរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលត្រូវបដិញ្ញាប្រឹងប្រែងយ៉ាងខ្លាំងក្លាបំផុតនិងឲ្យអស់សមត្ថភាពនៅក្នុងស្មារតីសាមគ្គីស្មិទ្ធប្រមូលកិច្ចសហប្រតិបត្តិការល្អនិងការសម្របសម្រួលប្រកបដោយប្រសិទ្ធភាពខ្ពស់ដើម្បីបំពេញបេសកកម្មជាតិដ៏ឧត្តមឧត្តមនេះឲ្យបានសម្រេចជោគជ័យដល់ទៅចាស់ទៅចង់ស័ក្តិសមនឹងអនាគតកិច្ចដែលប្រជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរដ៏ច្រើនកុះករទៅទូទាំងប្រទេសបកគលជូនអាដាមលោកជំទាវលោកស្រីចូលដល់ខ្លឹមសារការងារនៃកិច្ចប្រជុំព្រឹកនេះអង្គគណៈរដ្ឋមន្ត្រីរបស់យើងមានរបៀបវរៈ4ដែលត្រូវភាសាព្រឹកនេះទី1គឺការប្រកាសដាក់ឲ្យអនុវត្តនៅយុទ្ធសាស្ត្របញ្ចកោណដំណាក់កាលទី1ទី2ការពិនិត្យនិងសម្រេចលើសេចក្តីព្រាងច្បាប់ស្តីពីការកែសម្រួលឈ្មោះក្រសួងទំនាក់ទំនងជាមួយរដ្ឋសភាព្រឹទ្ធសភានិងអធិការកិច្ចទៅជាក្រសួងអធិការកិច្ច ទី3ការពិនិត្យនិងសម្រេចលើសេចក្តីព្រៀងច្បាប់ស្តីពីការបង្កើតរដ្ឋលេខាធិការឋានកិច្ចការព្រំដែននិងទី4ការណែនាំផ្សេងៗរបស់នាយករដ្ឋមន្ត្រីអំពីរបៀបរបបការងារនិងកិច្ចដំណើរការនៃគណៈរដ្ឋមន្ត្រីជាកិច្ចដំណើរការអង្គប្រជុំរបស់យើងនឹងប្រព្រឹត្តទៅដោយមានការផ្សាយបន្តផ្ទាល់តាមបណ្ដាញសារព័ត៌មានសម្រាប់របៀបវរៈទី1ស្ដីពីការប្រកាសដាក់ឲ្យអនុវត្តនៅយុទ្ធសាស្ត្របញ្ចកោណដំណាក់កាលទី1ដើម្បីបើកចំហជូនដល់សាធារណមតិជាតិនិងអន្តរជាតិជ្រាបអំពីរបៀបវរៈគោលនយោបាយសង្គមសេដ្ឋកិច្ចនិងកម្មវិធីគោលនយោបាយរបស់រាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលនីតិកាលទី7នៃរដ្ឋសភាបន្ទាប់ពីរបៀបវរៈទី1ត្រូវបានបញ្ចប់ខ្ញុំស្នើសូមបងប្អូនអ្នកសារព័ត៌មានចាក់ចែងពីបន្ទប់ប្រជុំដើម្បីអង្គគណៈរដ្ឋមន្ត្រីអាចបន្តការពិភាក្សាការងារផ្ទៃក្នុងលើរបៀបវរៈទី2ទី3និងទី4ជាបន្តទៀតហើយមុននឹងបន្តទៅរបៀបវរៈទី1ខ្ញុំសូមឲ្យអង្គប្រជុំទាំងមូលមេត្តាបិទសម្លេងទូរស័ព្ទនិងហាមថតសម្លេងនៅក្នុងកិច្ចប្រជុំហើយជាការគោលការណ៍សម្រាប់គ្រប់កិច្ចប្រជុំគណៈរដ្ឋមន្ត្រីទាំងអស់ផងដែរអញ្ចឹងបន្តទៅនេះខ្ញុំសូមចាប់ផ្ដើមដំណើរការងារលើរបៀបវរៈទី1គឺការប្រកាសដាក់ឲ្យអនុវត្តនៅយុទ្ធសាស្ត្របញ្ចកោណដំណាក់កាលទី1ដែលរូបខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ក្នុងឋានៈជានាយករដ្ឋមន្ត្រីនៃប្រជាជាតិកម្ពុជាសូមធ្វើបទឧទ្ទិសនាមលើឯកសារនេះដូចតទៅ